Hello and welcome back to another episode of Lens Life. As always, we are here to discuss the impact of glass as well as motivate, educate, and inspire. So thanks to my experience with glass, it's allowed me to go into over 20,000 homes. And in that time, I've seen a lot of things, a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, and everything in between. And this has compelled me to publish my second book this year, which is entitled How to Sell Your Home Fast for Top Dollar. So that's on Amazon. It's an ebook, super cheap. But this is intended for a couple people. One, obviously, if you're selling your home, this is a great read, really easy. If you are a real estate photographer, this opens up your eyes to a lot of different things to look for while you're on site. You can give either the agent or the homeowner some hints and tips on how to make it look better and sell faster. And for sure, agents, if you're just starting, and this is a great resource on how to help your sellers. And I made it super cheap, not to just to get into as many hands as possible, to help with a mindset, because it is a mindset. And essentially, there are two things that you do not want to do, two messages that you do not subliminally want to send. The first is that your home is not big enough. And the second is that your home has not been taken care of. So these messages are delivered to buyers who are coming through your home, as well as people just looking at your house online at the pictures. And they may not realize that they're receiving these messages, but I'm very aware of them just because of my experience with being around this for so long. So let's talk about these two things and how not to send these messages. So the first one, that your home is not big enough. So this really has nothing to do with square footage. This applies to a home that is 800 square feet or 8,000 square feet. If the home is completely packed to the brim with things, then it is sending that message that there is not enough room for the prospective potential buyer's stuff. And, of course, in a 8,000 square foot home, that's completely not true. And the same could be for that smaller home. So how do you avoid that? Let me talk about a few different scenarios where you can come across this. First thing would be closets and the garage. Now, when you're getting ready for a shoot, these are the places that I will often tell people to stuff, the things that you're hiding to stage for the photo shoot. But if, on a showing, people are going to be opening cabinets, opening closet doors, opening up taking a look at the garage. So if those places are packed to the brim, it's not a good thing, especially if all of them are packed. Now, if you choose just one place to put it, that's another thing. So organizing those things, and there's one thing that I talk about, is called pre-packing. So if your home is on the market, you are getting ready to move. That is the assumption. So prior to putting it on the market, start packing. In an ideal world, you already have some place to put it, or you have a storage unit. So just pack everything and get it out of the house. It's going to help you sell your home quicker because it's going to look better, but it's also going to help you big time when you do sell it and you're going to move. You're going to have a head start on your move. So that is a beautiful thing. Now, I do realize that not everyone has this convenience of already having a place to go to, but everyone does have the option of renting a storage facility. So I have seen people put, pods in their front yard and they leave them there. That's not an ideal situation. I do understand why they do that sometimes, but a storage offsite facility is ideal. So if you're not going to do that, designate one spot in the house, whether that's the garage or a spare bedroom. And if that allows you to, get your home ready, packing up things, and that'll be a really, really big help. Now, I do advise you to be intentional about keeping that space as organized as possible. So there's a big difference when you open up a garage and there's stuff everywhere. So that's really big difference versus having boxes stacked on one another, really organized. That's a beautiful thing. If you can do that, go ahead and do that. So I talked about closets. Um, and then another thing is furniture. And, obviously having a stager come through and help you is a huge help. They can point out different things and show you what to get rid of. So if you have that option, definitely do that. A lot of stagers will offer a consult, let's call it $150 for an hour or something. And they come through, they'll walk through your whole house with you, and they will give you a to-do list of what to do to get your house on the market. And that allows you to then go into that next pre-packing stage. So a lot of things that they will point out is, the clutter in the closets and the garage. Clutter on counter spaces is huge, especially the kitchen and the bathrooms. You really don't need anything on the counters. It's not going to feel like it's your home, but I need you to get that out of your head and just realize that this is in order to make your home look as big as possible and appeal to the most amount of buyers possible. And I hear that all the time. It doesn't feel like we live here anymore. I don't care. I want to sell your home quickly and for top dollar. I don't want to sell your stuff either. I'm not interested in your fascination with cats or weird trinkets or crap like that. We are not trying to sell that. And I run into that so much. Well, like they're upset about moving something. And I'm like, well, are you interested in selling that thing like to someone, or do you want to sell your home? Do you want to sell this room? So that's the goal. And so yeah, kitchen counters, bathroom counters, clear them off. Like, and I know, like I'm guilty of it right now. If we were to look in, our bathroom counters, there's stuff on it because we live here. Same thing with, the shower, take all of that stuff out and, put what you do use, put it somewhere where you can access it easily. But for the photo shoot and all that, go ahead and just remove it completely. All right, what else? So furniture. If you have the stager come through or a friend help you, and they might be able to help you scale down on furniture. A lot of times people just have more chairs that should really fit in that space. So you want to think about flow as you're walking through. Is there any furniture that's in your way? Sometimes you'll walk into a bedroom, there's a giant like armoire or something that takes up all of the room. And by removing it, it opens up that space, and it gets you going on getting ready to move. So in the same regards to pre-packing, this is a wonderful time to start selling things. You are going to get a head jump. It's going to help you huge. So do that. So we're talking about flow, walking through furniture that, is not adding to the space. Go ahead and put it in the garage, into your storage, or sell it. Just start that process now, and you'll be so happy that you did. Now, the second message that we do not want to subliminally send to a buyer is that the home has not been taken care of. And the moment I drive up to a home, I am doing that. And again, people aren't really thinking about that when they're coming to see a house, but in their head, they are like taking money off of the asking price. So these are some of the things that are so easy to take care of that will help eliminate that. The first really easiest thing to do is take care of your yard, right? First impressions are huge. Mow your lawn, trim the edges, huge deal. Trim your bushes, trees, do all that stuff. One of the cheapest and easiest ways to like up that curb appeal is fresh mulch or pine straw. Put that out. It's not an expensive thing to do, and it makes a huge difference. So spruce up the yard. That's that first impression. Have your home pressure washed. If it is disgusting on the outside, that is the worst first step to start off with a potential buyer. In their head, what else hasn't been taken care of? Pressure wash the driveway. Man, that looks so nice when you do that. So when I see those things that have been done pulling up, my gut inside is it's going to be nice inside, and I am not like deducting points for different things. When you open the front door, what does it smell like? Bad smells are bad. Now you have lived at your house for forever, and they have that phrase nose blind. If you have become nose blind to your own house, have someone else come in and take a sniff. Excuse me. So it's very important. Very important. Pinpoint any bad smells. The biggest ones are dogs, cats. Another really bad one is just like dirt. Like there's some houses that you walk in and it just smells dirty a lot of times from carpets or just not being cleaned. So the way to attack that, for sure, have the carpets cleaned, do a deep clean in the home for sure. And don't wait till the day of a photo shoot or a showing to do it. Do it ahead of time, because things never, they never work out the way that they're supposed to. Like they're supposed to be done in an hour and it takes them 6 hours or whatever. So that smell when you go in, that's another thing. If it stinks, let's say of cat, in someone's head, they're going to be thinking, well, I've got to paint the whole house. I've got to replace all of the flooring and investigate any other damage that might have been done by the animal. So that's a big one. Other things that, for me, tip me off. A huge one is caked on dust in the ceiling fans. A lot of times people never even stop their ceiling fans, so they don't even know what it looks like. So for me, I always make sure the fans are off for the photo. So if it is nasty, please clean it. It is such an easy thing that makes such a big difference. What else? If there's just visible dirt, I mean, just clean. It sounds silly, but it's just something that a lot of people don't do. Oh, the air filters. That's a big deal. Your returns. Make sure you change your filters, before it gets shown, because it's something that you can see. And again, if it hasn't been changed in a year or more, it's going to be nasty, and it's again just going to trigger that this house has not been cared for. It'll also help you for when your home does sell and you have a home inspection. The inspector will take a look at that. So that's going to help you out on all sorts of different fronts. So yeah, those are the two big things, that you want to think about. And it really comes down to mindset. So just get it in your head that these changes might feel uncomfortable. Oh yeah, take all personal photos down from the house. You don't want people to be distracted by who you are, why you're selling, and your decor, right? So if they get distracted from those things, they have a challenging time picturing themselves in your home. A lot of people can't picture themselves, or they don't have vision to change these small things, change the way the furniture is set up, envision cleaning the house. I mean, these are minor things that you can do ahead of time that can, in the end, make you thousands of dollars more on the sale of your home. Another really great practice that I see some agents do is they have their sellers do a home inspection prior to selling. So you'll get a punch list of things that you can address ahead of time. And that's going to help you huge. All these things are going to take some time, and some of them will take some money. But the money spent to do these things will, give you huge gains down the road. So my advice is definitely to go for it. again, if you want to check this book out, it pretty much just says everything that I went through, but it does list out, a punch list of what to go for. It's How to Sell Your Home Fast Dash Top Dollar by Phil Johnson. And of course, if you ever have any questions, please let me know. But this has been, it really has become a passion for me. When I have time and I'm at a house that just is not showing as well as I know it could, I love to help people with this because it makes a huge difference. And a lot of people just don't know. So if your agent isn't telling you, you have to take it upon yourself to do it. And if you're an agent, do this for your clients because, they might fight you, but at the end, they'll see the results and they'll see that they've made more money and all of that. And they'll appreciate getting a jump start on moving. That's a huge deal because the moving process is not fun. So getting this jump on it is a great time. So I hope this has been helpful. And, the impact of glass, this is just kind of a stretch, but definitely one thing that has had an impact on me because of my involvement with the camera in the real estate world. So thanks for joining and look forward to seeing you in the next episode.